Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome for this AIC lecture. So, in the last lecture, we have started the unit number 2, that is the practical op-amp and frequency response. So, according to triple P pattern, we have started with the syllabus. What are the contents in this chapter? What do you mean by the title of this chapter? Subject, central idea of the chapter. Then importance of this chapter we have seen. We have seen the course outcome related to this chapter, that is the students can analyze and understand and analyze the frequency response of op-amp. Then we have started the first point, that is the input offset voltage of the practical op-amp. So in detail we have discussed the input offset voltage. So input offset voltage is denoted by VIO, that is nothing but the differential input voltage which exists between two input terminals of op-amp without any external inputs V1 and V2. So that we have gone thoroughly. We have derived the expression of the output voltage VOO, which is caused by the input offset voltage VIO. So what are the factors are affecting? So in that case, the gain will becomes AOO, which can be adjusted, which can be changed by changing the value of. If you are keeping the value of that AOO is equal to 1, which is the minimum value of the gain, then that can be achieved by keeping the value of R1 very greater than RF. So all these points we have discussed, and after that if you want to do the manual changes in the input offset voltage, that also possible by using the compensation circuit. So compensation circuit you can connect at the inverting terminal of the op-amp in case of non-inverting amplifier. So at that case you can, by changing the value of that variable resistor RA, you can adjust the value of input offset voltage. You can keep it higher, you can make it lower, or you can keep it zero. So anything will be possible by adjusting the value of resistor. You can keep the any value of input offset voltage. So according to that you can use the compensation circuit. So these all points we have covered in the previous lecture. So this was that was the first parameter we learned, we discussed in thoroughly. Now the next parameter, next specification of uh, practical op-amp is the input bias current. So we have seen the definition in the first chapter. We have seen the definition, we have seen the ideal values and practical values. So but in this chapter we are discussing thoroughly in detail, we are discussing this input bias current. So input bias current IB, input bias current IB is or it is denoted as IB. So input bias current is defined as average of two input bias currents IB1 and IB2. So input bias current is defined as average of two input bias currents I1, IB1 and IB2. So average you can take IB is equal to IB1 plus IB2 divided by 2. So this is the average. So input bias current is defined as average of two input bias current IB1 and IB2. Okay. Now IB1 means what? IB1 means DC bias current which is flowing through non-inverting terminal, and IB2 means what? DC bias current which is flowing through inverting terminal. म्हणजे IB1 म्हणजे काय? जो करंट नॉन इन्व्हर्टिंग टर्मिनल मधून जात आहे, आणि IB2 म्हणजे काय? जो करंट इन्व्हर्टिंग टर्मिनल मधून जात आहे op amp कडे. सो दॅट इज व्हेरी निग्लिजिबल, नियरली इन पिको एम्पियर और नॅनो एम्पियर. खूप म्हणजे खूप स्मॉल असतो, कारण ड्यू टू द हाय इनपुट रेजिस्टन्स ऑफ op amp, due to the high input resistance of op amp, the op amp does not withdraw the current towards itself. म्हणजे op amp काय करतो, स्वतःकडे करंट घेतच नाही, because it is having very high resistance at the input. Okay, it is having very high input resistance, due to which the current will not flow into the op amp. तो करंट op amp मधून जात नाही. It amplifies the voltage signal, but the current will not enter into the op amp terminals. So the value of IB1 and IB2 are very small, nearly equal to zero. That are in terms of picoampere or nano ampere. So that much values are small. Okay, so we can discuss thoroughly. We can start now. For this, I will use now. Okay, the screen is visible. Screen is visible. Okay, so we can start to discuss the point by point the input bias current. First of all, I will define the input bias current. The input bias current is defined as, or in bracket IB is defined as is defined as average of two input bias current, average of two input bias currents IB1 and IB2. So it is given by IB is equal to IB1 plus IB2, IB1 plus IB2 divided by 2, IB1 plus IB2 divided by 2. Now where IB1 is called as, IB1 is nothing but DC bias current flowing through DC bias current flowing through non-inverting terminal or input, where DC bias current IB1 is DC bias current flowing through non-inverting input म्हणूया आपण input terminal, and IB2 is DC bias current flowing through inverting terminal or inverting input terminal. Okay, so this is what definition. This is the definition of input bias current IB. Now the next one, actually IB1 and IB2, actually IB1 and IB2 are the base currents, means आपण जे ट्रान्झिस्टर यूज करतोय. Okay, so for that the base current we are assuming that IB, so which is very small. In case of transistor it is in microampere. Now it is in case of op amp it is in nanoampere or picoampere. So IB1 and IB2 are the base currents of two transistors, in input stage of op amp. Input stage म्हणजे first in block diagram we have seen the first stage is what? DIBO differential amplifier. In DIBO differential amplifier there are the two transistors Q1 and Q2. Already we have learned. So for Q1 and Q2, for Q1 the base current is IB1, for Q2 the base current is IB2. So these are the base currents of two transistors in input stage of op amp or first stage of op amp block diagram. Okay, so due to internal imbalance, कधी कधी तो जरी दोन ट्रान्झिस्टर जरी यूज केले, even though we are using two transistors of same characteristics, same specification, still there will be some internal imbalance, and due to internal imbalance between two inputs, म्हणजे इनपुट जे V1 आणि V2 कनेक्ट करतो त्यामुळे I1 आणि IB1 आणि IB2 फ्लो होतो. But due to this internal imbalance between two inputs, the currents IB1 and IB2 are not equal. Actually तो equal असायला पाहिजे standardly, but due to some internal imbalance in the op amp circuit, the currents IB1 and IB2 are not equal here. Okay, now next one, small bias current IB. So average becomes very small, even though if you are taking it is becomes very small. So small bias current IB can cause, म्हणजे जर input bias current if it is present at the input terminals average, then due to this IB current what will be the output of the op amp, that we are discussing. So small bias current IB can cause significant output offset voltage, significant output offset voltage in the circuit, using feedback feedback resistors, So small bias current IB can cause the significant output offset voltage in the circuit using feedback resistor. Okay, so it may not be large, caused by VIO. So in VIO, so this VIO is nothing but input offset voltage. ह्याच्यामुळे जे आउटपुट येते, that output is very very greater than the output caused by IB. म्हणजे IB मुळे जे काही इनपुट ऑफसेट व्होल्टेज येणार आहे, तो व्हॅल्यू जो VIO मुळे येणार होता त्याच्यापेक्षा कमी असतो. ओके, दॅट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस सेंटेन्स. नाउ but the value of IB, but the value of input bias current IB is equal to either one of the two input currents IB1 and IB2. म्हणजे IB चा व्हॅल्यू किती असतो स्टँडर्डली, it is either equal to IB1 or it is either equal to IB2. Okay, so we can consider IB may be equal to IB1 is equal to IB2. Okay, so this is the standard value. IB sometimes becomes equal to the IB1. त्यांचा ऍव्हरेज पण काय होणार आहे, नियरली इक्वल टू IB होणार आहे. Okay, so we can use now the internal diagram, and with the help of we can understand some detail, or we can derive the some expression here. Just wait. Edson, up to this, anyone having questions, doubts, any queries? Okay, no. Now the next we can use the diagram so that we can understand thoroughly. Now I will take the help of equivalent circuit diagram. I can take, with the help of that we can analyze. So this is the symbol of op-amp. So here equivalent circuit I need to take for understanding the base current here, input bias current. So this is the voltage source. We know that output voltage, this is the output resistance R0. So output we are taking at the output terminal, and this is the V0, but the output V0 is caused by input bias current. That's why VOIB, output voltage due to the input bias current IB. That's why the output is denoted as V0IB or VOIB. Now there is the high internal resistance for the op-amp. The internal resistance is Ri. Which is the very very high. Now at the non-inverting terminal, so this is the non-inverting terminal. So this we can consider as a positive, and this we can consider as a negative. So for non-inverting amplifier, we are directly connected to the ground. The meaning is that the V1 value is nearly equal to 0. Next, the V2 value. So this will be the V2 value. This is also V2. Now there is a feedback path, feedback resistor. Feedback resistor is RF. Feedback is formed by due to RF and R1. Okay, now this circuit we can use for the reference. So here it is plus VCC, minus VCC. So the value of this voltage source is A into VID, or it is A into VIO. So if VIO, we can assume that 0 volt, assume the input offset voltage is 0 volt. So if you're putting VIO is here, then it becomes 0 volt. Okay, the value of voltage source is 0, that's why it is shorted. R0 is also, we can assume that very small. So those indirectly the output VIO is connected to the ground. We can understand that. Now we can start here for the analysis. Here V1 is grounded, means non-inverting terminal is grounded. V1 is grounded here. The controlled voltage source and grounded, and the VIO becomes nearly equal to 0. Therefore, the controlled voltage source, the controlled means this is the control voltage source. The control voltage source, the control voltage source A into VIO becomes 0. Okay, since VIO is 0, A into VIO becomes 0 because VIO is 0 volt. Now next, with with output resistance, R0 consider as very small, with output resistance R0 consider as very small value, very small, or we can say nearly equal to 0 ohm. Then feedback RF resistor, जर हा शॉर्ट झाला R0 0 म्हणलं तर हा शॉर्ट होणार, आणि हा व्होल्टेज सोर्स 0 म्हणलं तर हा पण शॉर्ट होणार. मीन्स द RF टर्मिनलचा सेकंड पॉइंट that is connected to directly ground, that is the meaning. So then RF feedback resistor end is at ground potential. म्हणजे एक RF चा एक पॉइंट कुठं V2 ला कनेक्ट केलाय आणि दुसरा पॉइंट इनडायरेक्टली कुठं कनेक्ट झालाय, थ्रू द ग्राउंड, बिकॉज दिस इज शॉर्टेड and R0 is also shorted. So due to which the RF, the one of the end of feedback resistor RF is connected to the ground. So the feedback resistor RF end is connected at ground potential. Okay, now that is if it is connected to the ground, then RF is in parallel with R1. There, that is RF becomes in parallel with R1, in parallel with R1. जर तुम्ही इथं काहीतरी व्होल्टेज असेल, if some voltage is present, then RF and R1 become series. If any voltage is present, then RF and R1 become series. But if this point is connected to the ground, then RF and R1 becomes in parallel. That is the important things I am telling. Okay, so RF becomes in parallel with R1 here. Now we can find out, and RF and R1 parallel is there, and IB2 and IB1 I am not mentioned here, I will mention. So the current flowing through this terminal is IB1. The current flowing through this terminal is IB2. So these are the two input currents are flowing through IB1, non-inverting terminal and inverting terminal. Now we can find out the voltage V2. The voltage V2 we can find out. R1 and RF are in parallel, and through which IB current is flowing. Now the voltage V2 is given by, so V2 voltage is equal to R1 parallel RF into त्याच्यातला कुठला करंट फ्लो होतो IB2. So that you can put IB2. So the parallel combination is V2 is equal to R1 parallel RF means what? R1 into RF divided by R1 plus RF into IB2. So this is, you can consider as a equation number 1. Now at node 2, what you can say, this current is considered as I1, and this current you can consider as I2. This current you can consider as I2. So I1 and I2 are coming towards the V2, and due to I1 and I2, IB2 will get flow. So apply at node V2 at node V2 by KCL, if you are observing, minus I1 minus I2 plus IB2 is equal to 0. That is, IB2 is equal to addition of I1 plus I2. Okay, so up to this step everyone understood now. In diagram I have mentioned IB1, IB2, I1 and I2 we have taken. The V1 voltage is 0 because it is grounded. So A into VID becomes 0 because VI is 0. RO is very 0 or low. So due to which the one of the end of RF is connected to the ground, and apply the you can by Ohm's law you can find out the V2 value, and also by applying the KCL here you can get the IB2 is equal to I1 plus I2. So up to this step everyone understood now. Okay, we can move towards the next point. Okay, so here from the diagram what you can say, the I1 value, I1 is nothing but, this is 0 volt, I1 is nothing but 0 minus V2 divided by R1, and I2 is nothing but VOIB minus V2 divided by RF. So that we can take. So we know that I1 plus I2 is equal to IB2 we have written from the previous page we have taken. So here what is the value of I1? That I1 is nothing but 0 minus V2 divided by R1 resistor, plus I2 is nothing but what? I2 is nothing but VOIB minus V2 divided by RF, and this IB2, how to get the IB2? So IB2 is nothing but what? Total voltage V2 divided by total input resistance RI. So RI is the internal resistance of the op amp, which is the high, very high. Now where VOIB is nothing but output offset voltage, where VO means output, but it is causing due to what? Input bias current. That's why it is called as VOIB. So output of offset voltage due to IB. Now RI is what? RI is high input resistance of op amp. High input resistance of op amp. High input resistance of op amp here. Okay, now, and Ri is considered as nearly equal to what we can say, nearly equal to infinite. Ri is considered as nearly equal to infinite. That's why 1 upon Ri becomes nearly equal to 0 ohm. Ri, if you are putting here infinite, 1 upon infinite means 0 ohm. Okay, that you can put here afterwards. Now what we can consider, you can consider V2 terms एकाकडे घ्या. So this equation you can consider as equation 2. So from equation number 2, you can consider VOIB in one side and V2 terms in another side. So VOIB or minus V2 divided by R1. Next VOIB divided by RF. Next V2 divided by RF. Next V2 is equal V2 divided by Ri. आता काय करा, VOIB you can keep in one side, VOIB divided by RF you can keep one side, and V2 terms all you can take in another side and take V2 common. So after taking all these two parameters in the right hand side and by taking V2 common, what is remaining? 1 upon Ri, next plus 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon RF. So these are remaining, and 1 upon Ri is nearly equal to 0. That's why you can remove it. Okay, 1 upon Ri becomes 0. That's why you can remove it. So what is the equation now? VOIB divided by RF is equal to V2 into, okay, आता 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon, take the cross multiplication, that will becomes R1 plus RF divided by R1 into RF. That becomes this equation. Okay, now this equation you can consider as a equation number 3. This equation you can consider as a equation number 3. So next point, substitute value of V2, in equation number 3. So that value of V2 you can put here. So what is the value of V2? Where it is given? So that is given in the equation number 1. So I will show that. Equation number 1, V2 value is given. Okay. So this expression you can put in a equation number 3 here. So VOIB divided by RF as it is. So V2 value is replaced by that expression which is given in the equation number 1. R1 into RF divided by R1 plus RF. Next, IB2 as it is. Next, you can put this expression as it is. R1 plus RF divided by R1 into RF. So which things you get cancel? This will get cancelled. RF will get cancelled. R1 will get cancelled here. So what is the value of VOIB? VOIB divided by RF is equal to IB2. So that is nothing but VOIB is equal to RF into IB2. Or we can consider IB2 is same as IB. So VOIB is equal to RF into IB. So this is the output voltage. This is the output voltage due to input bias current. Okay. So you can consider this as a fourth equation. This is very important. So everyone understood this derivation now? So we have taken apply the KCL at node V2. So KCL equation taken, and according to that by using Ohm's law we can solve. VOIB is the output voltage due to the IB. RI is the input resistance very high, that is considered as infinite. So 1 upon RI becomes 0. So VOIB you can take in one side, V2 you can take another side, take the common and put the value of V2 in this equation number 3, and after that you can get VOIB, that is output offset voltage due to the input bias current, that is equal to RF into IB value. So it totally depends on the feedback resistor RF here. Okay. So this is the equation number 4. So just wait. So the amount of output offset voltage VOIB is a function of feedback resistor RF and value of IB. So from equation we can say that, or I will write here, VOIB is equal to RF by IB, RF into IB. Okay. So amount of output offset voltage VOIB is depends on the feedback resistor value RF and the value of IB here. Now to reduce the effect of VOIB actually काय असायला पाहिजे for standard or for ideal op amp, but for ideal op amp VOIB must be equal to 0 because IB must be equal to 0 ampere. IB जर 0 असेल तर VOIB 0 व्होल्ट यायला पाहिजे. So for to reduce the effect, but it is somewhat present here, RF असणार आहे, but IB जर थोडंफार जरी IB असेल तर VOIB असणार. So IB equal to 0 that is not in our hand. So what we can do, so to reduce the effect of this output voltage, we have to use the compensation circuit to reduce the effect of VOIB. To reduce the effect of this VOIB, V1 we have to make V1 we have to make equal to V2. V1 आणि V2 जर एक्झॅक्टली सेम असेल तर IB1 आणि IB2 सेम असणार आहे. Okay, or IB becomes nearly equal to 0 in that case. So for that purpose we can make some modification here. Now V2 is equal to R1 parallel RF into IB2, that already we got this expression. This expression already we have solved in the previous derivation we have used. Now where R1 and RF are in parallel. Now next one, to eliminate the effect of VR, the V1 must be made equal to V2 here. Hence proper value of ROM must be connected to the non-inverting terminal. So hence ROM must be connected, म्हणजे इन्व्हर्टिंग टर्मिनल V1 च्या जागी त्या टर्मिनलला काहीतरी मॉडिफिकेशन करता यायला पाहिजे. Hence ROM must be connected at non-inverting terminal. So what is that? So that is same as R1 parallel RF. So ROM you have to choose such that V1 is equal to ROM into IB1. Okay. Now what we are going to do? V1 must be equal to V2. So V1 expression is here ROM into IB1, and V2 value is given here, that is R1 into RF divided by R1 plus RF into IB2. Now if IB1 and IB2 are same, if IB1 and IB2 are same, so these two will get cancelled. Therefore ROM becomes R1 into RF divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, जर IB1 and IB2 जर same असेल तर ROM becomes equal to this parallel combination of, that is parallel combination of R1 and RF. So the compensated circuit will be follow, the compensated circuit will be given as, so what will be the compensation circuit? I will draw it. So this is negative terminal, this is positive terminal. So at positive terminal you have to connect this ROM, which is parallel of R1 and RF, and at the inverting terminal there is a feedback resistor RF as it is. The output is VOIB. If you want to make it 0, VOIB जर 0 करायचं असेल तर ROM तुम्हाला connect करावं लागेल, and this is the R1 as it is, and it is make it grounded. Okay, so this is possible when this is IB2, this is IB1. So this is possible if IB1 is nearly equal to IB2. So this voltage is V2, this voltage is V1. This is plus VCC, this is minus VCC. So if you are comparing with the previous diagram, in the previous diagram the non-inverting terminal is directly grounded. So instead of directly grounded, if you are connecting the ROM means what? R1 parallel RF you are using, or R1 आणि RF इथं सिलेक्ट केल्यानंतर त्यांचं पॅरलल कॉम्बिनेशनचं जे काही आन्सर येईल, if that resistor value if you are connecting here at the non-inverting terminal, then we can get the VOIB equal to 0 volt. Okay, according to standard op-amp or ideal op-amp we can get 0 volt, but it is possible when both IB1 and IB2 becomes equal to same. Okay, so this is the compensator. This part is for the manual adjustment. For the compensating circuit we can make the output voltage VOIB, we can make it 0 or nearly equal to the ideal op-amp. So this is, we have discussed thoroughly the base current, input bias current we have discussed, that is IB. So second parameter we have completed from this chapter. So the next point will be the input offset current. आता आपण इनपुट बायस करंट बघितलं, इनपुट ऑफसेट व्होल्टेज बघितलं, आता इनपुट ऑफसेट करंट वी हॅव टू सी. Okay, so next part we can start now. Everyone has to rejoin. So we have seen, now we have completed the input bias current. Now we are starting the third parameter of this practical op-amp, that is the input offset current. Input offset current, so that is denoted as IIO. जसं VIO होता तसं IIO. So input offset current we are going to understand. So the next parameter of the practical op-amp is input offset current, that is denoted as IIO. Okay, so now first of all we will see the definition. So input offset current, input offset current, input offset current IIO is defined as algebraic difference or mod. Algebraic difference म्हणजे mod. Input offset current IIO is defined as algebraic difference between two input currents IB1 and IB2. इनपुट बायस करंट म्हणजे काय? ऍव्हरेज ऑफ दीज टू करंट्स. and input offset current means what? Difference between these two currents. That definition you can understand clearly. Now it is denoted as IIO, which is given by mod or difference with algebraic difference, that is IB1 minus IB2. So this is called as mod or algebraic difference. म्हणजे subtraction negative दे किंवा positive दे, always the IIO is the positive value. Okay, that is the mod we are using here. Now we know that from previous derivation we can consider V1 value is equal to ROM into IB1 and V2 value is equal to RP into IB2, where ROM is same as RP is same as R1 parallel RF is nothing but R1 into RF divided by R1 plus RF. Okay, we know that from previous derivation in the input bias current, V1 is equal to ROM, that is at non-inverting terminal, and this is at inverting. So V1 is equal to ROM into IB1 and V2 is equal to RP into IB2, where ROM and RP both are same here. So that same means what? R1 parallel RF, which is nothing but R1 into RF divided by R1 plus RF here. Okay, now we can use the diagram here for understanding the input offset current. So this is the negative terminal, that is inverting. This is a positive terminal, that is non-inverting. So at non-inverting terminal we can connect the ROM. So this is the ROM, and at the inverting terminal there is a feedback resistor RF and R1. So this is the RF. So this is the output voltage. आता output voltage काय असणार? VO due to IIO, output voltage due to input offset current. Okay, now here feedback resistor RF and R1 as it is, and this is grounded. Here as it is plus VCC minus VCC. Now this is the voltage V1, this voltage or this is considered as V2. Now the current we can consider this as a IB2, this current is IB1. Now the output offset voltage म्हणू शकता, output offset voltage VOIB due to IB2, that we can consider output voltage due to IB2 is minus RF into IB2. This is equation number 1, or this you can consider equation number 1. This is equation number 2, and the output voltage due to IB1, it is given as RF into IB1. This is RS into IB1. So this is equation number 3. म्हणजे बेस करंट तसंच ठेवलंय. If you are referring the previous equation, so previous equation I will show that, so that how the equations came here in this case, that I will tell. See here. So the equations are like this: VOM into ROM divided by into IB1 and IB2. That according to these two equations, we have taken this minus RF into IB2 and VOIB is RF into IB1. Now put the equation 2 and 3 in equation number 1. Or you can consider what we can say, you can add the maximum magnitude of output offset voltage, is given by, so add this equation 1 and 2, you can get the maximum output voltage. Just wait. So maximum output voltage you can get VOIB1 plus VOIB2 is equal to addition of these two. If you are taking RF into IB1 minus RF into IB2. Okay, if you are taking RF common, so RF into bracket मध्ये IB1 minus IB2. So what is IB1 minus IB2? That is nothing but input offset current IIO. This is from equation number 1. From equation number 1. So that is nothing but VOIB1 plus VOIB2. That is equal to RF into IIO. So if you are taking the addition of this, nothing but maximum value of output voltage, that is VO due to IIO, due to input offset voltage. So the total voltage VOIIO is given as RF into IIO. So this will be the equation number 4, and this will be the final expression of the output offset voltage due to input offset current. Okay, so that is also depends again the feedback resistor. So if you are changing the feedback resistor value, the output offset voltage due to the input offset current will change. Or if you want to make it 0, actually it should be 0, so that the output voltage due to the input offset current must be 0 here. So finally you can conclude from this expression that for given value of IIO, for given value of IIO, the amount of output offset voltage, the amount of output offset voltage VO due to IIO depends on value of feedback resistor, depends on value of feedback resistor RF, feedback resistor RF here. Okay, so from this expression we can conclude that for given value of IIO, the amount of offset voltage VO due to IIO depends on the value of feedback resistor RF. म्हणजे RF चं व्हॅल्यू चेंज केलं तरी तुमचा हा चेंज होतो, किंवा RF जर कॉन्स्टंट ठेवलात तर IIO वरनं हा व्हॅल्यू तुमचा डिपेंड्स असणार आहे. सो दिस इज अबाउट व्हॉट इनपुट ऑफसेट करंट and its effect on the output voltage. So today totally we have discussed the two important parameters of the practical op amp. So those we have covered, that is the one is the input bias current IB and another is the input offset current IIO. So these two parameters we have discussed, we have thoroughly discussed, we have understood with the help of definition, with the help of concept, and with the help of circuit diagram. We have understood and we have discussed now. If anyone having queries, questions related to uh, input bias current IB and input offset current IIO, you can ask. कोणाला काही क्वेश्चन्स असतील तर विचारू शकता. Okay. So from today, in the today's lecture, we have started from the input bias current. We have seen the definition. Then after that, what are the different notations we are going to use in the diagram to understand the input bias current. So for that purpose, we have selected this circuit diagram. With the help of equivalent circuit diagram, we have understood the effect of input bias current, so that we can understand what should be the or what are the different parameters are responsible for causing the output voltage due to the input bias current IB. So all these points we have discussed from this point. So after that we have seen the output voltage expression in case of whenever there is input bias current existing between two input terminals. At that case, what will be the output that we have seen, that is VOIB is equal to RF into IB, that we have seen. So the output offset voltage due to the input bias current is a function of feedback resistor RF for specified value of input bias current IB. That expression we have discussed. And after that, we have seen any compensation circuit will be there for adjusting manually the input offset current. Yes, so by adjusting or by connecting the ROM register, which is equal to parallel combination of R1 and Rf. So if you are connecting ROM register at the non-inverting terminal, you can adjust the value of input bias current IB. So that is we have discussed in this point. Okay, so ROM is same as RP. So RP means what? RP means R1 parallel RF. Okay, so by adjusting or by connecting this new register at the non-inverting terminal, you can adjust the input offset current input offset current IB. You can adjust this, or input bias current, sorry. Now next, after that, we have discussed the input offset current. So input offset current is the algebraic difference between two input currents IB1 and IB2. So V1 and V2 already we derived these two equations in the previous derivation. So same concept we are used. So VO IB1 and VO IB2, if you are making or if you are taking the addition of this one, you are getting the expression of the output offset voltage due to the input offset current. So again, this is the simple to understand. If you are once again go through all this derivation point to point or line to line, then you can understand all these 2 points, that is the input offset current and input bias current. So finally the input offset current, we got the expression. So the expression of output offset current due to the output offset voltage due to input offset current, that is given here in this equation. So VO due to IIO is equal to RF into IIO. So for given value of IIO, the amount of output offset voltage depends on value of feedback resistor RF. So these 2 points we have discussed thoroughly in detail. We have discussed. So in the next lecture, we are starting the next point, that is the total output offset voltage, and after that we are going to understand the thermal dip. So next parameter from this syllabus from the unit number 2 we can discuss in the next lecture. So if anyone having queries, you can ask, otherwise we can stop for today. कुणाल काय अडचण? Okay, thank you.